Been a marvellous career, but only 8 of his 278 games Nathan Buckley have been in finals. He's ready to lead the Pies out, and the crowd and the players are ready for the national anthem. Here's Craig Willis.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Australian Football League and our premier partner Toyota welcome you to tonight's second elimination final here at the MCG. Would you now please join with the players and the umpires and be upstanding for the Australian national anthem.
So the stage is set for another magnificent final. We've had two beauties so far, 3 points the margin in both matches. I'm tipping extra time tonight, boys. The Pies home by point. What about you, Michael Voss?
Well, I think it'll be close too, but Swan's in a close one for mine.
Rob?
Sydney for me.
Hutto?
Going for Collingwood. What a prize on offer, though. A real chance, a real pathway, isn't there? Potentially all the way.
Let's go down to Neil Cordy and Christy Malthouse.
That raw quarters we just heard after the national anthem really lifted the place here. Conditions just about perfect, hardly any breeze to speak of. 17 degrees right now, going to get down to about 10 when it could make it a little bit slipperier. Fair representation of Swans here, but I think they're outnumbered, Christy.
It is certainly a Collingwood crowd here tonight. They are all very, very excited about this final as Nathan Buckley looks like he's about to get ready for the coin toss. Now, if you can have a look, we are all wearing a premiership pin on our jackets, and that is because there is a pin and win promotion. Now, these pins are worth $5 and they're available from AFL stores and AFL venues, and they all go towards the AFL ladder program, which is for disadvantaged young people. But also, if you buy one of these, you've got a chance to win prizes worth more than $12,000. Stephen.
You're cool. Heads or tails before it's thrown. Call it. Heads it is.
So Nathan Buckley kicking to the punt road in. What's your thoughts on Nathan? Michael Voss, do you think he'll toss it in?
Well, look, I thought a couple of weeks ago that he would be finished. I just get the sneaky suspicion, though, the job's not done for Nathan Buckley.
I get the same suspicion. I reckon he'll go on. Anthony?
I don't know, Quarters. I spent a little bit of time with him this year in the radio box. Yeah. I've been quizzing him and trying to get the answer out of him, but he's been like a lock. He's really relishing, I know, the last couple of weeks. So he's just loving it, so who knows?
Did he ever get to a stage, Hutto, where, say, mid-season, you detected that he'd had enough of doing all the rehab?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's admitted that too, but we know that he's spent his whole career in search of glory in the finals. He hasn't been able to get there, and Collingwood really entering a new era. So who knows, this year, next year, maybe there'll be a genuine chance. Maybe that's motivation to play on.
And given the evenness of this season, there's no reason why one of these two teams cannot win the flag. That is how big this game is tonight.
West Coast,
exactly.
They're down as far as injuries are concerned.
They're in huge trouble.
So
one of these two teams can win the flag this year.
Oh, absolutely. I think if there's going to be a year where someone wins it from 5th or 6th position, it's going to be this year. And I think that these two teams have a realistic chance of being able to do that. But I'll also allude you to one other factor with Collingwood at the moment. On the bench, you have Swan, Fraser, Didak and O'Brien. What a fantastic crew to be able to just inject into the game at about the 5-6 minute mark of this first quarter.
These teams played in round 12 up in Sydney. Collingwood won by 19. They played in round 21 here at the G. Collingwood by 25.
And both times, Quarters, they got off to a great start, didn't they? You could feel straight away that Collingwood were in the game. So this first few minutes, Oh, it's going to be a sight to behold.
Adam Goods going into the forward line for Sydney. He is the informed player of the AFL over the last 5 weeks, averaging close to 30 disposals a game, averaging 10 marks a game. He is absolutely red hot, is Adam Goods.
Clement on the watch at the moment. I'm not sure if that'll stay the case.
I think Goods will get up the ground. I think his role tonight will be sweeping one like he played a couple of rounds ago.
So here we go. The 2000 Premiership is up for grabs. Will it be Sydney or will it be Collingwood staying alive after tonight? In the ruck. Jolly against Richards. There's Davis, immediately wrapped up by Crouch. And we'll have a secondary bounce.
Good to see Collingwood using Leon Davis in at the centre bounce. Give him an opportunity to get some touch. Jared Crouch will be his shadow.
Richards over the top. There's Buckley. Fed it out beautifully to Burns. To half forward. Rocker attacks it. Medhurst, the goal sneak. Finds some space. Not sure what to do with it. Chips it wide. Not a great kick. Malcheski should get a free and does. An advantage paid. Kirk's away for Sydney.
No advantage. No advantage.
Wasted effort by Medhurst early in the game. Get some value. Put it to the top of the square.
He's just playing in his second final. Here's Adam Goods getting an early feel for it. He was electrifying last week. Nick Davis, he's a big finals man, we know that. O'Loughlin, and here's Goldsack, his nemesis so far. Finals is a different stage though, a very different stage. And who knows what might happen. O'Loughlin's been there before, he's tread the boards and he's almost been able to squeeze that one through. Opening score to the Swans. And Collingwood obviously yet to score. We've just been going a minute.
Michael O'Loughlin breaking a record tonight, playing his 18th final for the Swans, which surpasses Vic Belcher back in 1907 to 1920. So another record for O'Loughlin in the meantime.
Did you see Belcher play, Woolsey?
He was very good, Hutto. Quick on the lead.
Rocker, beautiful kick to Rusling. Dropped the beans. No interference ruled the umpire. So Bolton. Handball missed the target. Here's a chance for Medhurst around the corner. Not going to make the distance, and it's cut off by Matthews on the last line of defence for Sydney.
And I think that's the matchup that we expected, Wolsey. Round 21, Rusling cut them up early. Barry has gone to him.
Roberts-Thompson was terrific last week in his return, had 17 touches. Adam Goods, we've talked already about the form he's in. Hall up, leading Shane Wakelin well up the ground. Wakelin's done a pretty good job on him so far this year. And there's O'Loughlin.
They do that so well. The little chip pass to just inside 50.
Goods kept on coming. All hands on deck. Maxwell and O'Keefe.
I was watching Wakelin. He was huffing, he was puffing, but he managed to get back and go onto Goods just as he was set for the mark.
He's already looming, isn't he, Adam Goods?
And Wakelin with the job on Barry Hall, who, if ever you saw determination in a man's eyes, it was Hall tonight.
Davis looking for the free. Could have got it. We know he's prone to a few theatrics. And the Pies out of trouble. And Cloak, who took a week off, a few days off a couple of weeks ago, rejuvenated apparently. Long for Rocker. He had a first touch. Rusling had the second. Might find they're going a bit different tonight. It was on Luke Brennan here a couple of weeks ago when he dominated. The Swans have got their first class defensive unit back in order, and this man leads the way, Leo Barry. He loves the MCG. And now they're out of trouble through Bevan out to the wing, and this is Roberts-Thompson.
Lewis Roberts-Thompson playing just his second game for 2007. It's tight. Early in this match, as you'd expect. No blowouts tonight.
Thank you.
As McVeigh's taken the mark in between wing and half forward on the members' side.
Bevan has the tagging job on Nathan Buckley.
McVeigh hasn't missed a game in a couple of years.
Buckley guarding the mark.
And now the ball's in the hands of the captain, Kirk.
Well, last thing they want to do is kick it to a contest, Sydney. They'll just chip it round, keep possession, eventually try to square someone up in the forward 50 so they can have a set shot for goal. Collingwood just getting numbers right back.
Yeah, Jude Bolton dishes off to Malcheski. Not a lot on offer. Bides some time. Richards, Kirk. Decided not to kick. Matthews, left foot snap in the goal square. Oh, O'Keefe couldn't get there in time. Goldsack under pressure.
Well, at one stage, their quarters, there were 16 Collingwood players in their defensive 50. They know that Sydney will chip it round, so they just got the numbers back. All you can see there is a massive black and white.
Swans certainly seem to be up a lot more than they were a couple of weeks ago. Richards being trusted with the number one ruck role so far, with Fraser sitting and waiting for his turn.
I like some of the Swans matchups. I particularly like Matthews and Lockyer. He's very, very important to them, Lockyer. He's set them up brilliantly throughout this year. Matthews going to him.
Thought you might have been able to find a place for him during the week, Rob. But anyway, that's another story. Here's Davis out to the wing. Chance for Buckley now. Bevan trying to close the gap here. And Buckley does keep it in. Have a listen to the roar around the G. He'll be going again now for Rocker.
Well, Craig Bolton is on Rocker. Leo Barry is on Rusling.
Heath Shaw bolts to the goal square.
And Richards is on Cloak.
Will he be thinking about it from there? He's gone back a mighty long way.
I reckon he should have a go, Vossi. Like, you know, if he kicks this, how inspirational will it be?
20 seconds, Anthony.
He's kicked some big goals over the years from this distance and beyond. This one won't be a goal. Cloak. And they didn't quite kill it, and Rusling had a split second. Scores level. We're seeing nothing that we didn't expect so far. It's pretty tight. Vossi?
Well, that's what you expected this game to be like to start off with. Collingwood got on the fly last time. The last couple of times they played against them. And you would have thought Sydney just have that ability, that mental strength to really have the resolve to fight this game out right to the end.
Matthews. A long ball to O'Keefe. O'Brien couldn't mark. Staying down was Dempster. Got legged. Free kick. Advantage paid. O'Keefe chips to Hall.
He's looking pretty quick, Barry Hall, on Wakeland, and playing outside the forward 50, which I think will worry Wakeland, the pace of Hall on the lead. That's his second mark.
Rested last week, Barry Hall. Kicked 43 goals for the season. Too far out to score, as Rob said. Got his hands on it early, which is a good sign for the Swans. He goes to Malcheski.
They are so patient.
Is that 50?
50.
It is! Oh, big call on Burns. That will not please the Magpie fans, and Malcheski will kick from point-blank range. Now, it's just outside 50, so he won't go to the goal square. He'll have to kick from an angle.
What do you think, Wolsey?
I think it's a tough call.
Stiff.
I think it's. What do you think, Bossy?
Stiff.
It's a tough call. He's desperately trying to get there to prevent the mark. He ends up on his back. He goes into his back. I reckon that's too hard.
Nick Malcheski kicked 12 goals for the season. And it's home.
Gee, in a low-scoring game, decisions like that can be so crucial, can't they?
Well, he's in the contest, and you'll see here, you're entitled to that desperate lunge. He went the desperate lunge, tried to spoil, didn't quite make it, fell on top of him.
I got the feeling from what the umpire said that it was almost what he did after he rolled on top, but there really wasn't anything in it, was it?
Oh, no. No, sorry.
Any coach would get exasperated, even someone who's coached in 36 finals.
Josh Fraser's been taken off the bench, put into the ruck, 7-minute mark. Richards off the ground. You can see Didak just behind him. Didak, a half-forward specialist. Mick Malthouse is giving players like Didak and Leon Davis a chance to get into the action early. I think that's good.
And well done by Fraser. Got his first meaningful touch. And down to Didak, as you said, getting a feel for it. For finals footy at the G. Cloak was trying to get it to Medhurst. But the Swans have got... Oh, that's a terrific diving tackle. And it's going to be rewarded, is it? No, in the back, the call. Well, that's enough to get a few Collingwood fans a bit upset early. Jolly. The option's drying up, so that's why he's gone back across to Leo Barry. He's got Roberts Thompson on. He'll want to try and cut through the middle. He reckons he's got the measure of Josh Fraser. Fraser begs to differ. Was there a handball there? Will it matter? Rusling handled it beautifully. Cloak had to be steady. He's going already to celebrate. Oh, the Pies hit back.
Got to say, Rob, for an experienced player, that was pretty poor.
Well, Leo Barry, you know he will back himself, but the problem is Leo's no longer as quick as he used to be. And the persistent chase by Fraser was just a beauty, enough to put him off balance. They kept the ball alive, the Pies, with a couple of sockers. Clever handball by Rusling. Leo Barry pays the ultimate for being a bit asleep there.
Good little kick from Swan, wasn't it? He said a couple of little tiny little impacts there, and it ends up in a goal.
So Leap and Leo just one step too many.
Maxwell playing across the half-back line for the Pies on the dangerous O'Keefe. And Josh Fraser, sensational first minute on the ground, helps his team get their goal.
Fosdyke, who's an expert pinch hitter for the Swans. As it goes into Sydney's half. Not for long though, socket off the ground by Maxwell.
Look, and just that matchup, O'Keefe-Maxwell, I wouldn't mind seeing O'Keefe get up the ground on that matchup. Use his strength, use his running ability right through the game.
Buckley off, Lockyer on. Didak, he's been prominent too since he came on a couple of minutes ago. Kick off the ground, but only as far as Richards. Fosdyke, the run of Malcheski. Little daisy cutter pass inside looking for Davis. Clement was up to the task, did it well. Now Maxwell, left foot kick, intercepted by Goods. Can the champ go all the way? Screws it around the body, not quite.
Oh, it's exciting stuff, wasn't it? Gee, you only have to be half a metre off with the kick or the chase, and you are going to be run down or intercepted. And the players from both teams absolutely switched on.
And Goldsack takes the kick in, just tailored at the last moment, and that was a beautifully placed kick for Pendlebury, playing his first final. Got Didak in the middle of the ground, got some lead-up players. He needs a couple. Oh, it was a heavy block on at half forward.
Yeah.
I said it was okay.
No, it's okay.
It was just Big Barry putting Lockyer down. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing to be worried about. Wakeland finds Marty Clark, and we know what a great story it is. And he's shown amazing composure so far. He's so bold to even not worry about Adam Goods, who was in hot pursuit. This is Lockyer into the space, and well-directed kick. We know that Rosling's pace can worry anyone. His kicking's not always super reliable. Five goals, 5 he's kicked so far in just the 2 games. Most of them were against the Swans a couple of weeks ago. He's only played 14 AFL matches, just 20 years of age. Sean Rosling, it won't come back far enough. Is the mark good for Rocker?
You've got to say, where's the fist?
Yeah.
Where's the fist, Spider? Spider Everett in the goal square, tallest bloke on the ground. And you can see the big Spider behind, and he tries to mark it, and that is just very low percentage football.
Magpies in front.
His error there, Wolsey, was that he didn't separate himself from that contest. He got lost into it, and he got grounded, and Rocker held his ground. Everett got lost in the contest and needed to separate himself from it, get third up and punch the ball through.
So terrific mark to Rocker, but another lapse in concentration from the Sydney Swans has cost them another goal.
And there's young Thomas, yet to have a touch. His tag is Dempster, and Paul Roos rates Dempster extremely highly. And he's got his work cut out tonight, Thomas, to get free.
Oh, and here's Adam Goods. He did that last week, but he was surging towards his own goal and kicked one of the best goals of the season. Perhaps the best. Here's Malcheski. And they're going again. Directed it pretty well for Snyder. There's Dane Swan, come off the bench and kick the ball dangerously still. McVeigh, Lockyer, O'Brien. And what will the umpire do this time? He calls for a bounce.
You mentioned that matchup before, Dempster-Thomas. I like the Sydney Swans matchups. They've gone really, they've been thoughtful with their matchups at the start of this game. You know, they're trying to lock down the very important players of Collingwood.
Kick to half forward, Rocker in front of Bolton, no mark. Bolton backs back. Oh, he's run into trouble. Bang! Great tackle, Rocker. Didak, clever kick to cloak. Oh, good stuff, Collingwood.
Collingwood fans wanted 50.
What Mick Malthouse is doing with Anthony Rocker is playing him well up the ground. He's playing in front of Rocker and Rusling. He puts the terrific tackle on there, which creates this opportunity. And he needs to play well, Anthony Rocker. I just think that, you know, as a senior player, He's played 7 finals games. He's been in the system for 13 years. It's time he delivered in big-time matches.
These are the ones Cloak needs to kick, and he's missed. 49% conversion rate, and he's just got to kick those goals.
The real bonus for the Magpies, I reckon, so far, Vossi, is Didak. 4 possessions. He's handled the ball cleanly, hasn't he? He's up.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's up and about. They've put him into the midfield to get him up and going. Just release him a little bit from a very close checking defender.
Melcheski did make the squad of 40 during the week. And we know it's usually his kicking. Oh, Goods is one of the main reasons why. Adam Goods taking on all comers there. And he kept it alive for McVeigh, and now Matthews. Somewhat rejuvenated over the last season. Here's Dane Swan, you know, getting plenty of the ball. And Cloak, he's more comfortable from this range. He can give it the full whack.
If he gets in front of Richards will have no hope of getting a defensive spoil on him, because he's twice as wide as Richards. He's just got to keep presenting in front, and he'll have a big night.
And he can go the distance. And unfortunately, he's not always online, but Medhurst, will he run around here?
Mark's back here with me. Level with me. Level with me. Paul, that's your angle. Got to stay with me. Don't go forward. Yeah, here. Yeah.
14 games he's played this year, kicked 18 goals, 12. Mick Malthouse promised him if he got fit enough, he'd have a run in the midfield, but it's still, as a forward specialist, that he's earning his keep. And I guess those forward specialists, those small forwards, need to be able to kick goals like that. So the Magpies have wasted a few.
Spider learned his lesson.
Yes.
On that one. He was making sure he got that one through.
He's a slow learner, though, Vossi. And up the other end of the ground, Nick Davis pretty much playing at full forward. He's behind Barry Hall and O'Loughlin. Yet to get a touch, but hasn't had that many opportunities.
Melcheski, that was a hamstring tester for Richards. Crouch, all of a sudden the Swans under siege here. Melcheski, dangerous handball backwards. Oh, Leo Barry did well under enormous pressure. And they're out of danger here, the Swans. Marked by Bolton in game number 150. Rocker!
How good's that? The big fella's covering plenty of ground. Mick Malthouse hasn't protected him. He said, get out there at half forward and use your bulk and brain and give us some contests.
And Didak is burning. This is his 5th touch already. And he's been down the last month or two. But on the big stage, so far tonight, he's done well as he kicks short to Medhurst. And Melcheski, 9 touches for Sydney. Rocker and Didak 5 apiece for Collingwood. So a long ball inside 50. And talk us through that one, Michael.
Well, there wasn't an option. Bucks turned his back, and there was no one there. Rocker hadn't yet got down there, and Sydney Swans pushed back in numbers.
So Adam Goods, as he had to a few weeks ago, going back to help out, lend a hand in defence. Can't do it all on his own. Went for O'Keefe and Davis. O'Keefe stays down, Clement, and they've got the extra body, the Swans, but that is not worrying the Magpies at the moment. Maxwell, taking on all comers, sees it safely out.
Nathan Buckley has been on for the duration of this quarter, almost 18 minutes in, spending a lot of time inside the 50 arc at the moment.
Had the 3 possessions so far, Bucks, without too much of an impact. Never shy to give his opinion and instructions. I think he was conversing with the bench at that stage. Everett down for Fosdyke. No escape.
Well, Sydney will like these stoppages. They are ranked in the top 3 or 4 in the competition, have been for 5 years under Paul Roos. Collingwood, on the other hand, ranked this year around the 13th mark in the of the 16 teams.
So Rocker 5 possessions and a goal, having a rest. Jared Crouch. Fosdyke. O'Loughlin. Okay, what Lockyer did, the umpire said play on, and O'Brien will. Lockyer and Pendlebury. Smooth mover he normally is. Had to go for the first one-on-one he saw, and that was Josh Fraser. Swans again have got the extra numbers, but Buckley wasn't going to give in. Crouch rode it beautifully. And Everett has got Matthews away, but that's covered quickly. Young Barlow's in the mix, and so too Hall. Mark paid? No, not paid. Please explain, says Barry. And he added another couple of words as well.
I think Didak might have hurt himself, and Schneider's come off, not looking too flash either for Sydney. Here's the mark firstly. And
no, that hit the ground.
Yep, good decision. We'll go to the injuries in a moment. There's a couple. Barry Hall bangs into Marty Clark, who gets straight up.
Barry doesn't reckon it hit the ground. So someone's got to pay.
Let's have a look at the Didak injury. So Alan Didak's off.
There's Didak. He just gets
Hurt
sandwiched.
his wrist. He's got a wrist problem.
Yeah, I reckon he might learn never to go up in the ruck again.
McVeigh found some space, shoots for goal. And collects a point. And Schneider's also gone off. Not sure what's wrong with him yet. Here's the crunch from Big Barry on Marty Clark. They bred him tough over in Ireland.
What a fabulous final series it's been so far. Dale Thomas not finding the going easy so far tonight. Matthews and the Swans, it's their little turn. Neither side really been able to make the most of their opportunities, but that might be about to change.
Christy Malthouse on Alan Didak.
Alan Didak hasn't received any treatment whatsoever since he's been off, and you can see him there. He looks okay. The Magpies just really using their bench heavily.
I think he was just the meat in the sandwich. Have a look at him there. He just got squashed.
I think he might have been hit somewhere where you don't like to be hit.
Now he needs to kick this, Barry.
Well, we know he's had some fantastic finals, but he was goalless in the grand final last year. Kicked 4 against the Pies a couple of weeks ago, and certainly hasn't made the contact he would have liked. 31 goals in all in 11 finals for the Sydney Swans, Barry Hall, but both teams have not made the most of their chances so far, and the margin stands at 5.
This is Heath Shaw.
It's his first touch coming up, Quarters.
He might have run himself into trouble here. No, got out of it okay to Lockyer. Good pass. Hits Cloak on the chest. Lays out.
They've got Cloak up at half forward. Anthony Rocker's off. Josh Fraser's gone to the goal square. Mick Malthouse really mixing his tall players up. Here goes Fraser on the lead.
Yeah, long lead from Rusling. Now he looks for Fraser. Free kick.
I really like what Mick Malthouse has done. We haven't seen this all year. We've seen Anthony back in the goal square, Cloak up at centre half forward. Well, he started with Anthony Rocker out, well out from half forward. He got the Pies going. And now Anthony's having a spell. Travis Cloak has been able to push up to centre half forward. And Josh Fraser's gone to full forward with Richards in the ruck. It's just really good coaching by Mick Malthouse.
Well, he's a nice kick for goal, Josh Fraser, from tough angles. To be his very best here. Kicking from right on 50. Started at left, and that's where it stays. So the Pies lead by 1 straight kick. 2-4 plays 1-4. Just under 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Leo Barry to do the kicking in.
And Sydney Swans have had terrible trouble with the Collingwood's zone. They did in round 21, and they certainly are at the start of this game.
So Bevan again. Oh, they've run themselves into trouble. Is that a free kick? No.
Should have been.
Should have been to Richards. Can Collingwood make them pay? Lockyer to Didak, and he weaves some magic. He kicks. Oh, it's a cracking goal. May I make an observation? All 3 Collingwood goals have come from Sydney mistakes.
Well, Sydney
some shape or
mistakes,
form.
and 2 goals have come from turnovers from defence, from the kickouts. So they're having some awful trouble getting the ball out once a point is kicked.
And on reflection, I'm not sure it was a free kick. It was maybe a pretty good decision by the umpire. So suddenly the margin out to 12, and Barry Hall sits down, Wolsey.
Yes, he's done his bit. He's shown his intent. They've got Adam Goods up in the goal square, Sydney, which is really, and they're trying to get Goods to drag Heath Shaw off the half back line for Collingwood. Heath Shaw just 1 touch.
Now Dale Thomas. A bounce, a long kick. Wouldn't he love to have nailed that one?
What do you think of the haircut, Hutto?
It's interesting, Quarters. He went all the way back home to get it done. Was it worth the trip? You're the fashion guru of the box.
Expensive freebie. Driving all the way to Druin.
Thought I was the fashion guru.
Oh, sorry, Rob. I forgot about your renaissance.
Yours.
Richards.
Oh.
Gee, Bolton's dropped the mark.
They just can't get out of that region in those kickouts.
But again, Vossi, Dale Thomas struggling to get a kick. Mick Malthouse put him in at the centre bounce. He's given Didak opportunity.
Look at all those forwards that are leading the disposals, Wolsey.
Oh, it's a really positive sign.
Burns fed it out. Pendlebury. Another one for Collingwood. They are looking their business. All of a sudden, it's out to 19 points. And just some uncharacteristic mistakes from Sydney's experienced players.
Well, where they get lost there's no sweepers. There's no one stopping that flow coming through. They've beaten them through the offensive side twice now.
Mick Malthouse just mixing his forward line up, and this is what he's doing really well. Thomas struggled to get a kick at half forward, so he's given him a run in the middle. We saw him break at the last centre bounce. Didak's been given opportunity there. So too Leon Davis. He's just giving all of his players a chance to get into the game.
Well, Mick Malthouse talked when they lost a few weeks ago about the next generation of midfielders, didn't he? And we're seeing a bit of a side of them so far. O'Brien, he's their most experienced finals player. His 10th final tonight. They converge, Buckley and Burns, a couple of good old-timers. Pace out of the square from Rusling, but the longer option is good. Rooker! Did everything but mark it. Pendlebury trying to get it back to Rusling. Goods for Fosdyke. Peril hasn't passed yet. Lunge from Didak. May not have directly caused the turnover, but this perceived pressure's having a big effect. He's short for Buckley. It's Didak, though.
What a quarter he's had.
Just one or the other. Heath Shaw has been dragged out of the play by Sydney, but he got it then. And there's the near take by Anthony. He's looking good. That's just a terrific off the side of the boot kick to the advantage of Buckley and Didak. Buckley coming off at the 26-minute mark.
6 marks inside 50. Didak improves the angle. He's got the goal umpire on edge. Rocker has marked it. And Steve McBurney quick to get into action there.
Once again, the ruckman gets lost in the contest.
Sydney defence a rabble at the moment.
So Anthony Rocker, a few deep breaths. Let's see him break around. Has he got the logistics right? He certainly has.
Well, and here's the kick in again. And you'll see Jolly can't get the jump. It was fantastic. The reason why Rocker was able to take that mark was the work off the ball by Burns, who knocks over Jolly. And that's the one-on-one contest that Rocker was able to get. Good teamwork.
So a breather for Buckley, a breather for Fraser. Collingwood in front by 25 points after a very tight first 10 minutes of this game. Game-breaking passage of play here for the Magpies. 5 goals to 1.
Well, Sydney come in with a plan. They come in with matchups, and the way Mick Malthouse has been able to rotate his midfield and his forward line, it's thrown Sydney completely out.
Roberts-Thompson knocks it forward. Free kick going Collingwood's way. And it's going to Marty Clark, who wastes little time. Out wide to Medhurst. Well done by Roberts-Thompson, who got there just at the death. Free kick, he got legs. So free kick going Sydney's way. A little bit of respite for the Swans. Boy, they're under the pump. Good kick to Goods. He's going to take on Swan. Great tackle. Collingwood wants the free.
And they're up, aren't they? Look at the fans right behind them.
They're winning the battles.
That's a real win, that. You know, the star of the competition being dragged down.
Thomas lost the handle on it, picked up by Kirk, just throws it on the boot. O'Loughlin's going to get there, but can he mark? No. Great work by Goldsack, but got an unkind bounce. O'Loughlin squeezes the kick out. McVeigh, can he keep it alive? No.
Nick Davis hasn't had a touch of the footy. It may well be for Paul Roos to do what Mick Malthouse has done. Give him a run up around the wing. You know, you like to get a touch. It's no good going a quarter without touching the leather.
Jolly down for O'Brien. Again, they escape from a stoppage. Goods, Medhurst coming. Swan with him all the way. Lockyer. Bolton. These are the sort of players, Bolton and Kirk, that Sydney need to get
Geez, that
around the
tackling's
footy.
good.
Aren't they fierce, the Magpies? Swan for Davis. They're a kicking team, the Magpies. Most other coaches have headed for more handballs this year, but the Magpies under Mick Malthouse have gone for a lot of kicks, and it shows with their leading.
23-15 in the tackles.
Yeah, they're just on the kicking. They're leading possession winners tonight. Didak 7 kicks, no handballs. Rocker 6 kicks, no handballs. Cloak 5 kicks, no handballs. Here's Davis getting it forward up to the 50. Pendlebury. He's got Swan away to his right. He was trying to get there with a no look. Rocker back for Davis. Still some options. Swan's one of them, but Rusling's another.
The vision.
He did well, Leon Davis, Fossey. He could have blazed away a series of handballs, and a couple of years ago he would have gone bang, just gone the big bomb. He saw Rusling on the lead. He didn't flinch, the kid, either, and he knew contact was coming.
20 seconds now.
He missed the last shot, but Sean Rusling, can he land this one? Oh, yes, he can. Not quite through the middle. Not straight through the middle, but it got there. 6-5, 41 to 1-4-10. What an opening quarter from the Magpies. They've blown them away, Vossi.
It's unbelievable. Sydney came out to play their first 5 minutes. You thought they're ready to go, the Sydney Swans. And Collingwood have just been absolutely unbelievable. Their ball use, the way that they're harassing the Swans into mistakes is just superb football.
Let's see what it means to them too.
What a quarter from Collingwood. 31 points in this cutthroat elimination final. Everyone's a bit shell-shocked, Michael Voss.
Well, I'm shell-shocked. I mean, the capabilities of this Collingwood team have been on show today. Didak's up and about. Their forwards have been winning the ball. Sydney came in with a clear game plan to be able to get their matchups, and I thought they started that really, really well. But then Mick Malthouse's ability to be able to rotate through the midfield and through the forward line has thrown Sydney completely out of whack. They don't know heads and tails. Everett made a critical mistake in that quarter. So they've got some work to do, the Swans, to turn this around.
But there is a long, long way to go in this match, and we've seen the results so far. Anything can happen. Thanks, Luke. Right on cue.
And Nathan Buckley starting in at the centre bounce. They have got 6 of the last 7 clearances, Collingwood, and against Sydney, that's some effort.
So Josh Fraser had an excellent first quarter, but not too well. It's how hard he was working, unfortunately. Turn away if you don't like sort of stuff, but you see it so often in footy now, don't you, Rod? They just run their insides out until they can't run anymore.
Yeah, a great spot to watch a game of footy is near the interchange bench. You see just how exhausted they are when they come off the ground. And of all the teams that interchange, Sydney interchanged more than anyone. Last week was a world record.
Yep.
Round about 92.
94 they had.
Yeah, well, 94. They average about 70 to Sydney, which is the most in the AFL.
And interesting, Collingwood at the moment 27 interchanges, Sydney 21.
Free kick. Mark not paid to Bolton.
Against Nick Malcheski. To his shore, thank you. No, you just shafted him out. You'll never go.
Look, we know Sydney's fighting qualities, but this next 5 minutes is so critical for them in the context of this game. You admire their ability to keep going. This is important.
Snyder with the intercept. Malcheski working really hard after giving away that last free to provide a lead for him up on the wing. It's still the get-out option if he wants it, but he might need it soon because everything else is drying up. Goes longer. You know they're going to keep presenting and presenting. Free against Pendlebury there, I think.
Hands, Scotty. Stay there, play on.
Goes to Goods. So Pendlebury and Swan working a double team on Adam Goods, sharing the responsibility. O'Loughlin leading up on Goldsack. Spider's gone to the goal square. So he's making Josh Fraser work the other way, or trying to at least. O'Loughlin didn't look interested in that option. Now he takes it. Ted Richards down there as well. Almost. Kirk's not often a goal kicker. He's there waiting in case it comes out. O'Brien. And the Magpies happy to lock it in.
What was unusual there from O'Loughlin, on the 45 degrees, they normally like that kick, Sydney, and he had 2 options and ignored them both.
This is where Sydney are dangerous. Ruck contest close to goal. And therefore the third man up from Collingwood.
And Kirk got amongst it last week, and he's kicked a goal tonight.
why you get the big bucks, Rob.
And is it by surprise that it's Kirk who stands up? You know, who needs him most? And it's Kirk that delivers, as he has done so many times.
Got it in one, Robert Walls.
Well, I had a bit of help from my friends, and Sydney have done this for years, haven't they?
And boy, did they need it.
Remember that one, Nick Davis against the Cats?
Shut up.
Goods fed it out to Everett. Good little handball in the clinches too to O'Keefe, who squeezed the kick out. Attacking it as O'Loughlin. Oh, swooping was Kirk. Brilliantly to Matthews. Can he goal? No, he can't on the left.
Had time.
Missed everything.
That's what the pressure does. That's what the tackling pressure that Collingwood have been able to put on this game in the first quarter. This is what it makes you do. Dispose of the ball before you're supposed to.
They did it well, didn't they, Sydney? But just couldn't finish off. Clement to Cloak. Clever little handball from Pendlebury. O'Brien back to Cloak, mucking around with it here, the Pies.
And we've seen in the final so far that momentum plays such a big part. This is just Sydney's minute or two, and the Magpies will be well aware of that. Everett and that tangle with Fraser.
Got leg, Bolton. It'll cut. Advantage.
Good call.
To O'Loughlin. Hall's deep. Davis is down there as well. O'Keefe pushing, so too Snyder. Kirk's there short. And eventually,
they are
McVeigh.
so patient.
Yeah,
aren't
that's
they?
at 45 too, Wolsey.
Yeah, they are so patient, Sydney, in that situation.
And he doesn't have a shot. Maybe he should have. Maybe too Barry Hall conscious, McVeigh. Hall's got a lot of work to do here. Ben Matthews, who missed the last one, won't be having a shot this time. Hoping for Kirk to take a mark. Leon Davis, all hands on deck. Goldsack, all of a sudden, his heart would have skipped a beat or two. And O'Brien hoping for either the boundary or Pendlebury, and he gets the result he was after.
Well, Leon Davis had his strides pulled off, but he's got more problems than that. For the last few minutes, his opponent has been Adam Goods. And big size difference there.
Nice tap by Everett to Goods. Couldn't quite control it. Kirk against O'Brien, who saw it safely over the line.
And Pendlebury now running with Adam Goods.
10 touches for Goods, which is the match high.
And Clement doing a great job on Davis. A clean sheet so far.
Everett the tap. Beautifully done by Maxwell. Strong stuff. Kicks into the middle. Swans have the numbers here. Bolton needs the kind bounce. Gets it. Drills it long. It's a good kick in the direction of Everett. Couldn't take the mark. Front and centre. Stripped of the ball was Schneider. Now it comes out to Davis. His first kick is a goal.
I didn't set that up either. Just want to let you know. I didn't write that script.
Just good second effort by Peter Everett. We'll see it coming up. The big man swoops on it. Doesn't have to get a handball free. And the opportunist, as usual, finishes off.
You know they won't go away, and you know Nick Davis doesn't need many touches to have a big influence. I think just 9 possessions last week, but 4 goals. And was prominent for them in the grand final, of course, last year. There's Fraser. That's going to be a pivotal battle.
Play on, you both head your side. Knock it out.
Fraser with a bit of help from Richards, and of course the tandem of Jolly and Spider Everett for the Swans.
And a bit of a structural change forward for Sydney also. O'Keefe is now getting on his bike. He's further up the field where he was camped in the forward line, or the forward 50 in the first quarter.
Kirk, responsibility was to get rid of it, and he did that hurriedly. Heathshaw was able to reel it in and show a bit of class. And a steadying influence for the Magpies when they needed it most. Clark involved, Shaw again. The forwards are up and about. If it's not Rocker, it's Cloak. And again, Oh, for a straight boot for Travis Cloke. That was under a bit of pressure. The margin is 19, and the inaccurate kicking applies to both sides. An apology there from Leo Barry.
Well, that was a Barry shocker. That's what that was.
That applies in more ways than one, Vossi. Rusling takes the mark on the lead. So Sean Rusling. Some of the easier shots tested him, but certainly not a lot to lose here. He just lacked the confidence on the kick. Not quite in the Daniel Motlop League, but still not a lot of confidence about that effort. 6-6-42 Collingwood, 3-4-22 Sydney. The margin is 20.
Well, he's been out there for 2 minutes, Michael O'Loughlin. He finally gets one.
And Dempster's run wide. O'Loughlin couldn't quite find him. He's forced to go to the short option, but it's okay, and he kicks it to Matthews. To the run of Leo Barry, who loads up on the left. It's a one-on-one. Wakelin against Hall. It's caught behind. Well done, Wakelin. Strong stuff from the veteran.
One there, Harry. No, I thought that
And
was
his kick
good.
finds O'Brien.
The umpire, a little bit of confusion there. Eventually, he says to Harry, you can move it on.
So Guy Richards goes for Medhurst. Buckley lurking around the half-forward line. They're grouping together. Medhurst didn't like any of it. He's trying to affect the switch, but there really isn't anyone to do that. Buckley was aware of what was going on first of all. Wakelin, you can see the distance he had to cover. That tested the hamstring of Nathan Buckley. He's come through okay. Lockyer. Dane Swan working further afield. Burns' turn now to come and present.
They are just as patient, Collingwood, as Sydney have been. They're happy to play tempo football, just control the ball, not kick it to contest unless they absolutely have to. And again, we see them just denying Sydney the ball. These are Sydney's tactics of the last 3 or 4 years.
Even for them, a high kick to handball ratio for the Pies tonight. Wolsey, 74 kicks and 29 handballs. They're normally about 2 to 1. Down to Pendlebury. Can they find a way to get there? Rocker's circling. Didak's deep as well. Here comes Rocker. He's on the runway, but he just couldn't get there. Well done by Bevan, who was able to peel off from Buckley, and now the Swans can perhaps go into attack.
Mark taken by O'Keefe. Not a lot on offer. Fosdyke provides some run. He ignores him. Now goes in the middle to Bolton, who telegraphed the kick O'Keefe, and now Didak pounces. Clever little chip to Medhurst. Another little daisy cutter to Leon Davis, and the Swans have mucked it up again, and Collingwood have a chance to make them pay. Just telegraphed the kick to O'Keefe.
Well, and what was
Bolton
worse, he was stationary.
Yeah, Bolton was caught flat-footed, and now a chance for Collingwood to kick their first goal in 13 minutes of play. Leon Davis gives it his very best. Oh, it's a great kick. And again, another Collingwood goal from a Sydney mistake.
Yes, and well done by Medhurst, who reads it, spoils, follows up, and again, unselfishly, looks to a player in a better position, and that really is Medhurst's goal.
Leon Davis has a rest. Paul Medhurst. The move at the end of the year looking good right now. Freo missing the 8, of course.
High tackle on Pendlebury. Here.
You heard the call, no advantage.
Not continuous. Just got his arm over the shoulder as you ran through. Play on.
And travel the outer side. Rocker the most likely man they'll head to. Wide lead from Rusling. They're trying to cut it through to centre. Maxwell, again Didak. Pendlebury. Burns is deep.
Yours.
Eventually Rocker into the space. Great lunge from Bolton. Buckley, can he ride his way through? At least he kept it alive. Richards, still some work to be done. Medhurst persistent and very clever. But just not able to convert.
Gee, that would have been some sort of goal.
Well, his work rate is really good, Medhurst, for a medium-sized forward. And that's what you want. Lock the ball in.
Sydney under siege.
Scott.
It's Paul Bevan. And here's a short kick. Finds Bolton. Jude Bolton. No free kick to Jolly. Richards is there for Sydney. Just can't get any run on at the moment. Bolton again under pressure. Back to Bevan. Oh, to Craig Bolton. Has to hurry the kick. Now, is that deliberate? Mightn't reach the boundary line. Roberts-Thompson attacks it and did it well under immense pressure. Well done. Handball slightly missed the target. Bolton has another crack at it. So does Cloak, who won the ball for Collingwood. Fed it out in the direction of Rocker. Tap towards Didak. Over the top of it is Bolton. Have to be careful.
This Collingwood team is tackling so very, very well. Recent form, the last 5 weeks, the #1 tackling team in the AFL, and we're seeing some great examples of it tonight.
Alan Didak leading possession winner on the ground. 11th touch, back for Heath Shaw. He was just starting to find the footy a bit more after a very quiet start. Out wide for Buckley. And beautiful placement. Sean Rusling is a worry for any team. He's just so swift off the mark.
And Quarters, I just had a bit of a change of mind. If Buckley wants to play next year, I think he should. Because his disposal is still as good as anybody's in the game. And that's what we've seen from Nathan Buckley for a long, long time. Perfect disposal. Wonderful assist player.
And now they need to capitalise. Rusling. No problems there. Magpies 8 goals to 3.
Well, at the start of this quarter, you thought Sydney were building, and Collingwood have just countered beautifully. They've played the patience game themselves and been successful at it.
Go straight off. I said go straight off.
And Sean Rusling in picture, kicked that last goal, but such an important thing to be able to take marks inside your forward 50, because you can then go back and have a shot for goal. Collingwood have taken 11 to this stage of the game. Rusling's taken 4 of those 11. Sydney have only taken 3 marks inside their forward 50.
Blood rule for Kirk.
Yep.
And that allows both teams to make a couple of extra changes. Magpies back out to a 33-point advantage. Goods in quieter this quarter. A long ball inside 50. O'Brien does the defending. O'Loughlin with his head over the football. Got it out, fed it out nicely. Now here's an opportunity for Matthews again. In the back.
Wolsey, as an idea for Sydney, I just think it might be worthwhile to get O'Keefe and perhaps Malcheski on the half-back flank to get some run out of the back line. They just can't get any run, the Sydney Swans, out of their defensive half. And O'Keefe's not touching it. And Malcheski has not had a possession this quarter after starting very, very well.
Well, you've got to get some of their players into the game, Bossy. You're right. Nick Davis is on the bench at the moment. He's had 1 touch, kicked a goal, but you just can't play a half a game of football and not have a touch. I just think Paul Roos has to shuffle his team around a little bit to give his players a chance to build some confidence by getting hold of the footy.
Just shows you how much the Swans miss Ty Kennelly.
Still me.
O'Brien sold a little bit of candy to Jude Bolton. The big 8, some fancy stuff, and has a couple of bounces too. Now to Cloak. And he weighs up his options and goes along to Rusling. He got nudged under the ball cleverly by Barry. Bolton's handball missed the target. Oh, Lockier's in there, using his head as a battering ram. And now Sydney went out. Dempster pops on over the top to Fosdyke.
Both players didn't flinch there, but it spills for Clark. He's got Fraser at centre-half forward if he can see him. Still option for Thomas, and Fraser kept on going. Bevan couldn't close. So Fraser, he's been told to just work it around the 50, I reckon, here. Maybe he should have. Really, they were devoid of any decent options inside. Fraser a little impatient. Crouch able to get the anticipation right. The margin 33. Still plenty of time to go in this quarter. And the Swans going to edge back with a couple. This is Barlow, who was impressive last week. And the fact that he's held his place in the team ahead of the likes of Buchanan shows that the Swans got a fair bit of respect for him. Melcheski, here he is, finally getting a touch for the quarter. And beautiful kick. It opens up for Dempster. All the players away to his right. He's going to come with a bit of a run here at the back haul. He played the role of the defender. He had to. Credit to Wakeland. And also Burns, this Magpie defence, steadfast at the moment. They're holding firm, and they're setting up play, and they're ready to go. Thomas has got Medhurst away.
And he kicks to him right now. Kicks to centre-half forward and finds Rocker, who's too far from home to score. He's been told to go. So he's forced to kick hurriedly, and it's a good one. Mark taken by Lockyer. He goes to Rusling.
Rosling's 5th mark inside 50. Collingwood's 12th mark inside 50. And their use of the football up forward has just been outstanding in this first half. And I don't think I've seen a Sydney defence look so ragged for a long, long while.
Well, this to make it 39 points.
Don't think I've seen a Sydney team being cut open like I have tonight.
Rusling for his 3rd.
And when you've got a team by the throat, you just need to finish them off. And that was a bad miss.
Especially this team. McVeigh had a pretty good season. Started a bit slowly, but finished top 10 in the best and fairest last year. Melcheski gets out of jail. Swan applying the pressure effectively.
How many errant Sydney handballs have you seen in their back half? And that's because of Collingwood just at them all the time. Best tackling team in the competition at the moment.
Beautiful work from Everett and Kirk, but they still need to get the releasing handball. That's okay. Matthews having a mixed night. He's getting a fair bit of the footy, but he's not really being too effective. And now the umpire doesn't pay a free either way.
And it's normally we see the Sydney Swans tackling into submission, whereas at the moment it's Collingwood.
Goods hasn't had a big impact in this quarter either. Everett, hesitation, given a bit of latitude, and is able to get it for McVeigh. So it's 3-on-3 inside the 50 here, so space to work in if they can get it in there quick enough. O'Loughlin, a bit of a hope handball, turned out okay. O'Keefe, and it's landed beautifully for Fosdyke.
Jared, that's your angle.
Turned his back on the man on the mark, Fosdyke. Should never do that, no matter how long you've played the game.
Yeah, his teammates told him to have a shot, though.
No, that's fine. Have a shot, but you don't walk away not looking at where the man on the mark is, because the man on the mark can go back a couple of steps and stooge you.
Point taken.
They're kicking in the field. This quarter's been shocking, Sydney, but that one is right through.
Well, I don't think we can build that kick up enough. It was relatively simple, but the pressure to be able to take that kick and kick it when it's needed the most, just to hang in this game, was critical.
Nick Fosdyke keeps the Swans in touch. It's Collingwood by 28.
There's Heath Shaw up on the wing. He's just noticed Adam Goods come on, and Goods is just to the right of Heath Shaw.
Fraser against Everett. Give that one to Fraser. Oh, beautifully done, Shaw. Great tackle by Kirk. Goods went down off the ball. I think he's okay. Collingwood have got it on their 50. Buckley. Good handball to Medhurst, who's been busy. Clever little kick to Pendlebury. He'll run under the footy. No, he can't.
Oh, he didn't body line that ball, young man.
Leo Barry. We'll get more from that of Michael Voss in a moment. Now Crouch on the rebound come the Swans. Malcheski usually uses it well. Kicks to Hall. Caught napping behind Wakeman, but Hall somehow worked his way to the front and won back to Sharon. He's going backwards, gives it to Goods, has recovered from that knock, pops it over the top to Fosdyke. Sydney building nicely here. Fosdyke goes short, great kick. No mark to Malcheski, and Collingwood out of jail.
Gee, it was a wonderful run from Malcheski. Worked so hard, maybe he's exhausted, he couldn't hang on. Good defence though by the Pies. Now it's Goods as they try and reset on the outer side. Fosdyke's done some important things in this quarter. Kirk, Swans trying to get around each other, trying to lift each other. Probing ball, Davis waits down. Still it goes on. O'Keefe was involved in the last goal. O'Brien on full alert. Swan improvised. Wasn't where he wanted it to go. Richards, great hands, it turned out, it opened the path for Snyder. And we know he can be damaging. Sneaky Snyder! And it's back to 22. They've just been able to sneak a couple of goals in before half-time. They won't be denied.
And I'll tell you who's been terrific in the last 3 minutes, Adam Goods. I reckon he's had 4 touches. He just came on off the interchange bench. And Schneider backs himself with the bounce to get the extra 10 metres. Oh, what a goal umpire effort.
He's been informed about that goal umpire.
Michael started in the forward line for Collingwood, and he can argue that the bounce didn't go his way, but the reality is he had a look.
So it is Collingwood by 22. Richards got the his Goods again. He was best on ground by a country mile a couple of weeks ago when these teams played, and doing plenty good work tonight. There's shifty, sneaky Schneider, as called by Anthony Hudson. Good handball. Swans just having a nice patch here. Crouch kicks to the 50. Fosdyke couldn't snaffle it. Here's O'Keefe, kept his feet. Threw it onto the left. It's a one-on-one situation. Clement against Davis. Clement couldn't get the good bounce. O'Brien over the ball. Fed it out nicely to Maxwell, who just got the handball nick of time. I should concede here, Collingwood, and they do.
You mentioned Goods a minute ago, Wolsey. O'Keefe too in the last couple of minutes. Had 3 or 4 touches. Been really quiet until then. He's only had 6 for the night.
They can get another goal before half-time, Sydney. They're well and truly back in it.
Margin 21. What a great kick. But it's okay. Marked by Burns. Now Marty Clark. Skipped around Goods. Finds Dane Swan. And he's been relatively quiet.
But they'll be better up just choking things up here now, Michael, Collingwood, to look after their lead.
Well, I think both teams could claim the same, because I think where Sydney were, they'd be happy with this at the same time.
Well, the margin, as we said, is 21. It was a probing kick from Richards, but now it's the Swans. Nice work too from Fosdyke. Here's Barlow, as we said, he's a good mover. Let's see what sort of decisions he makes. Well, he executed it perfectly for Nick Davis.
This bloke with the foot, he's got a kick at goal. He's had 1 kick for the game.
There too.
He's kicked the goal. So he's had minimum touches of the footy. So he's got to maximise his limited opportunities. That's what he's in the team for, as an accurate goal kicker. And going into the game, had kicked 31-12 quarters.
And his haul at the MCG's record is much better than anywhere else.
We're going to get a great look at it here. And he finds a way to bend it back. They're still kicking. Back to 15 all of a sudden.
Bang, bang, bang. And
it's fantastic, isn't it? I mean, that's what we admire from the Sydney team, don't we?
Rusling had the kick to make it, what, 39 or something, wasn't it?
You're right.
Correct. And what I loved about that movement from Davis was he was on the move.
And that man there has triggered this fight back by Sydney. He came on 5 minutes ago, and in that 5 minutes has had 5 quality touches.
So it's back to 15 points. Matthews, well done by Swan. Just belligerently pushed his opponent out of the way. Now inside 50, Rocker! Not quite. Buckley onto the left. Nice kick under pressure into the goal square. Barry loses his footing. So does his opponent, Rusling. And it's a
Anthony
point.
Rocker in big trouble.
Oh, it looks like a dislocation, is it? This is what we don't want to see.
Isn't it amazing how the game can just change?
Here we go. Here's Rocker going up. Oh, it's bad hyperextension. A very bad hyperextension, and that is...
well, let's hope that's all it is.
That looks pretty tragic for the Collingwood Football Club and Anthony Rocker.
Well, as soon as he went down, he put his hand up to the trainers and said, look, you've got to get out here. I'm in big trouble.
Oh, well, what about the crowd? How flat are they at the moment?
Only 50 seconds to go in the half.
So, big moment in this match as Rocker's being carried off. At least he's making his own way off the ground, which is some sort of positive sign, I guess. But, gee, it looked a bad hyperextension.
Could be okay.
Well, let's hope so.
No,
Goods intercepts. There's still time here for Sydney. Goods will load up. No one on the mark. He chips it short.
Clever.
And Bolton will have a shot at goal. And a chance to make it a 10-point ball game. Unbelievable comeback from Sydney in the last 5 minutes.
Adam Goods, sensational. 6 minutes of play. There's Anthony hyperextending the knee. And if he puts this through, 4 in a row, isn't it, to Sydney?
Oh, this is a big kick.
5-6 from set shots this year to Jude Bolton.
Shane, no, if you punch it through, it's a point.
This to make it 10 points at half-time. And he has. What a comeback from the Swans. Look at them. They're pumped up. And they have come from nowhere.
Just an amazing last 10 minutes of that quarter. Adam Goods, you are an absolute champion. You're the one who got them going. He came in off the wing, then into the centre bounces. He intercepted, he handballed, he took some desperate diving marks. He chipped the hand at that last kick to a teammate.
Coming up next, Pete Hellier and Dave Hughes with the Mars legendary moments.
The spirit of the Bloods. It's still got some sting. The margin is 10, and we're underway in the third quarter. Richards again deployed by Malthouse to start the ruck. Dempster was able to get rid of Davis nicely enough. Roberts Thompson hasn't had a lot of the footy. Their defence is going to have to stand pretty strong in this second half.
And Hutto, we heard Neil Cordy say at half-time, Paul Roos had told his backline to keep backing themselves with their run and their handball, because that's the way that they've played all year. They've made so many mistakes in the first half, but they can't go into their shell. That Sydney defence.
In the back.
Free to Everett against Richards. Low ball for Hall. Wakeland ready to pounce, and the mistake came. He was just a little bit far back, Wakeland. Zoning off a bit now. Oh, great manoeuvre from Michael O'Loughlin on Goldsack. Has the tide turned here at the MCG?
Gee, it's a good mark. It's an experienced mark. He just took his younger opponent under the ball a little bit and just eased back to let the ball come onto him.
8 possessions, but no goals so far for Michael O'Loughlin.
And it'll be 5 in a row to Sydney if this goes through.
Kicked 2 goals and 1 goal against the Pies so far this year. But this is the finals, and this is where some of the stars like Michael O'Loughlin just love to shine. 4 points in it now.
Well, to say that Collingwood were in, the Swans, I should say, were in disarray halfway through that second quarter would be an understatement. And the fight back that they've just been able to do has been absolutely incredible. And that first goal after the break, very important.
First goal of the night to O'Loughlin, who plays his 18th final. Joffa not impressed.
Run around the ball.
His 18th final tonight. Michael O'Loughlin, which breaks the Swans record held by Vic Belcher between 1907 and 1920. Collingwood have the ball at half back. Thomas with the new header who's being chased down by Lachlan, but Thomas has got the young legs. Kicks to half forward. Nice ball to Cloak.
Well, Spider Everett's got back in the hole, and he's just got to make sure he doesn't put it on Spider's head, and he's done a very good kick. Oh. He's pulled the kick, Travis Cloak, to the side of Rocker. It's a smart kick. OK, he's had to go out wide, but had he gone through the corridor, Everett was there.
And moved nicely for that one, Rocker, so no after effects from that hyperextension late in the second term. There's the kick from Cloak. Well disguised.
Thanks, Craig.
Bit of a grimace on his face as he came down quarters, so it'll be interesting to see what the kick's like.
Tough ask from here. Acute angle.
Huh.
Oh, that's just a sensational kick. Three to Rocker, and he made that one look easy, and it wasn't.
Lazarus, the comeback. He was gone, and he's back. Delivers from 50 metres. What a superb kick.
Anthony Rocker closing in on 50 goals for the year. That's 48. Those milestones meant a lot less than the fact that they're just holding the Swans at bay. It's back to 10. Richards with the clearance. Suddenly the forward line full of beans again. Cloak's going to be important for them. Swans need to get the run off half back. Roberts Thompson can get into full stride here. O'Brien was able just to hem him in and slow him down, but that's all it's done. Melcheski wants to keep it going. Dempster, things improving all the time for the Swans. Just over Hall's head. And Clements able to scoop it up. And now the Magpies perhaps can bound forward. O'Brien hits the ground running and then has to hold up. But O'Brien's run pretty hard for him. And is able to just rein it in. 10 points the margin. Early doors in this third quarter. Could have been a turnover. Could be quite decisive.
Everett couldn't snaffle it. Now Richards, that's an ordinary kick to Davis. Made it look good. Broke the tackle. Leon Davis on the left. Squares it up. Barry, good use of the body. Good tackle by Medhurst. Just released in the nick of time. Just got the handball away, and now Teddy Richards, a short one, is good.
See,
that finds Bevan.
They have been so jittery in their defensive 50, Sydney, but they've got to persist with their play on. Oh, that's risky.
Matthews couldn't mark. Stolen. Swan. Goal.
And that's the difference in the game.
Another Sydney mistake, another Collingwood goal.
And that has been the difference. The mistakes that Sydney are making in the back half is very uncharacteristic. They have a few defenders that have missed a bit of football, but that is just a wrong choice, a wrong decision. And unfortunately, Sydney have just been making too many of those.
Feels like a final now, doesn't it? There's a couple of legends. Jim Steins, Tom Hafey. Dane Swan, 10 possessions for the night. That is most crucial by far. Margin 16 now. Fraser trying to farm it out. Bit of a standoff. Path cleared for Everett. There's Pendlebury. Smooth moving, finds a way through. Medhurst did what he had to do. O'Brien, Fraser's away on the wing. Will it get there? Roberts Thompson got the read on it. Could have taken the mark. But at least he was able to stop it getting to Fraser because the Pies would have been away. Now it's going to be... He did.
Let him up. Josh, it's your
Josh
kick.
Fraser
Let
held
him
that
up
ball
now.
in.
Fraser had it as much as...
Yeah, he did.
As much as Snyder, really.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
that is wrong.
That's why.
Confidence sinking with Sydney, though, when you see Roberts Thompson just punch a ball that he should have easily marked.
Heath Shaw for Cloak. He's the avenue in at the moment. It's got plenty on it. Rocker in position A, takes it, and with the moment, he's got it to Rusley. He got out of jail. Oh, the moment got to Rocker. He had the momentum. He wanted to stroll in and kick a goal. At least he was able to lay it off. No damage done. It's back to 22.
Well, again, Mick Malthouse has been prepared to throw his midfield around. Thomas, who has not seen much of the ball in the first half, has been thrown into the midfield, try and create some run. The forwards again are up and about for Collingwood as they were in the first half. And they've been able to kick a couple of quick goals.
3 goals for Rusling now.
Last 2 centre bounces, Peter Everett up and down before the ball has come down. And that is just not good enough because there's no contest there. And I reckon Paul Roos has had a gutful and said, get off and I'll give Jolly a crack.
Jolly, nice tap too to McVeigh. He's driven into the ground. Umpire said that's fine. Oh, in fact, he's pinned a free kick.
Held it in, no attempt to
Gee,
get rid
that's
of
tough. And the recipient is Pendlebury.
See, the game's turned on its end again.
Geez, Rocker, what about Rocker's game? 10 disposals, 8 marks, 3 goals. Just gave one away. Goods dropped the beans. Has time to steady. Handballs over to Crouch, who just gritted the teeth. Broke 1 tackle. Now lost possession. Here's Harry O'Brien. He put his head down, 2 free kicks.
Just reckless, Jared Crouch. You've got to know better than that. That is just reckless.
Bit of panic, if anything.
Bit of problem. Their confidence is really down. Collingwood have got to take real advantage of this because it's going their way. They've got to get it on the scoreboard, get it in quickly, give your forwards a chance like Rocker and Cloak are red hot.
Buckley unloads a monster into the goal square. And it's a rush behind.
Travis Cloak's had a terrific third quarter. A couple of his kicks have set Anthony Rocker up. Crude and unnecessary, that tackle.
So again, the challenge laid down to the Swans. Margin 23, Leo Barry. He's the man. He's going to have to steady them in defence. It's been ragged at best. Bolton confronted by Thomas, trying to share it through the middle. Crouch, too slow again. Not so much by foot, but just too slow in their awareness.
And Buckley will use it.
Rocker's deep. Medhurst as well. Fraser out to the right. Buckley doesn't like any of it. Wants the game played on his terms. Off for Heath Shaw. He looks like he belongs out there, Heath Shaw. It's going to go all the way. But a bit of an anticlimax in the end. No one was deep. And Good's able to relieve. But again, the danger hasn't passed.
Roberts-Thompson. He looks a little rusty, playing just his 2nd match for the year, but did well on that occasion. Little toe poke to Crouch, who just blazed away. Back to the wing. Unkind bounce for Lockyer. Allows O'Keefe an opportunity. Over to Hall. Now O'Loughlin. Not many numbers back for Sydney, so they've got to go laterally. Oh, that's a shocking kick. What's going on out there?
Jeez. We had the eclipse a couple of weeks ago, didn't we?
9 clangers this quarter to Sydney, to Collingwood's 2.
Let's see how far Barry can kick. He's had groin problems, we believe, for most of the year, and that limits your kicking as far as distance goes.
Collingwood by 23. Hall yet to score a goal tonight. Just a point. He's 2nd behind for the evening.
Travis Cloak, who's just been fantastic at half forward. These are his 2 kicks early in this quarter to set Anthony Rocker up. Very sly, cunning kick to put it out to the advantage. And then the long kick, the deep kick, puts Bolton under the ball. Anthony gets it, handballs to Rusling for a goal.
So Buckley was involved in the lead up there. Eventually Clement, and now Rusling still providing a headache. Cloak's on the hard lead. Rocker wants it long. He decides on Cloak. Just couldn't hang on. Well done by Bolton, or the Boltons. And that's a well-placed ball for Malcheski. Can the Swans organise themselves this time out of defence? Dempster, you can still see the hesitation. Aggressive kick, but it won't get over Swan's head. And they've got all bases covered just at the moment. Pendlebury for Thomas.
Josh Fraser is running Darren Jolly around the ground and just blowing him up.
I think trying to get to Cloak that time, but wasn't a great kick. As you saw, Richards is able to find Jolly. And the margin is 22 at the moment.
Josh Fraser just played 40 minutes out of 72, so Mick Malthouse making sure that Fraser will have fresh legs for the last quarter.
So Sydney's stuck at half back at the moment. Malcheski. Little give and go. Trying to create something. Another great chase down. Free kick going Collingwood's way for a throw. And it's going to Thomas. Nothing going right for the Swans at the moment, but they're still only down by 22.
And they've changed key matchups. Bolton's gone to Cloak. Barrier's gone to Rocker.
Maxwell passes a beauty to Lockyer, about 60 metres from home. Didak got the mismatch here. He's on Roberts-Thompson at the moment, so a chance for Didak. But a little lead provided by Cloak, and Cloak's well within range.
She's working hard.
He's a good player, Vossi. He leads, he presents, he puts himself in front, and we haven't seen half the best of him yet. He is going to be an absolute superstar player for Collingwood for the next 10 years.
So Cloak, he's kick one from right on 50. Collingwood by 28. And all that damage done by the Swans late in turn 2 has almost been erased.
Well, it has, and they look at the space that they've made. Space inside that forward 50, and Travis Cloak on the lead into it. That's a fantastic shot to show the discipline of the Collingwood players and the patience of the player with the ball to wait until there's space for a teammate to lead into. And Travis Cloak, he's there back near the goal square. He's on the lead. They make the space for him, the Magpies. The player with the ball is patient to enable him to just bolt in, take the mark on the chest and turn around and kick the all-important goal. Well-drilled, disciplined team, Collingwood.
Here's Adam Goods breaking out of the middle. Couldn't get away like he did last week. And it doesn't end the same way, although Clement just lost it at the last moment. Wakeland was there and finds Swan. Cloak in his first final, boys, putting in a great effort, and Buckley's had a good quarter as well. Up to 14 possessions now. And Richards.
You'd feel embarrassed if you dropped a pass from Buckley because they're so good. Even you'd take one, Hunter.
Thanks,
Might be
Rob.
a bit too hard, I think. Aussie.
Rocker couldn't hang on to that one. Didak did duck the head, and you could hear that's what the umpire said. Now he's pinged him.
Straight away. Straight away. Stay there.
Ball goes up to a one-on-one. And it's Dempster that tries to get it to the line. Swan had the same idea, so between them, that's what happens.
Gee, the Collingwood fans are up. They are giving their team massive support.
The winner tonight plays West Coast next Friday night. Will it be another Sydney West Coast special? Or will it be the Collingwood versus the Eagles? Over at Subiaco Oval.
High football.
West Coast, no Kerr, no Cousins, and probably no Judd. Goods couldn't quite snaffle it off the pack, but Swans still go inside 50. Maxwell camped underneath it, free kick.
Look, Goods is trying to lift the Swans. He did so in the second quarter, and he's trying his hardest in this quarter also.
Could almost be time to give Barry Hall a breather.
Hold it there, find there.
Wakeland chips to Clement, takes the mark. In veteran status now is James Clement, kicks to the wing, Rocker. Keeps it alive. Kirk will get there first against Buckley. Neither takes a backward step as you'd expect. Dempster did well on the clinches. So O'Keefe, great tackle, Buckley. Umpire will bounce. Good decision. Richards taps to Burns.
Mine.
Who's been quiet by his standards this year, Scott Burns, but still plenty of time left in this match, averaging 19 disposals a game. Just got the 7 tonight. He might be loading up for a big last quarter.
Brett Kirk's footy. Brett Kirk's football.
So free kick off the ball. It's going to Brett Kirk for a hold off the ball. Interesting, Collingwood have lost their last 4 final quarters.
That's Brett Kirk's football. He's saying Brett Kirk. Straight away. Thank you.
So we've solved that little problem. Kirk's got the free kick at half-back.
Well, the umpire well away from the action. Shane McInerney paid that, but he was struggling to get his voice up. No one could hear him.
Kirk goes in the middle. Oh, it's come off. Good kick in the end to Schneider. Craig Bolton, one-on-one. Davis against Clement over both their heads. Goldsack stood up at a crucial moment. Got it over to another youngster in Clark, who dishes over to Swan, who's really come into the game. Barry Hall on the wing.
I don't think they saw Hall come off the bench.
No. And he's taken the mark.
Back in for Jude Bolton. Almost an afterthought to Leo Barry on the overflow. Can they get something going from that side? It'll be a low, tough one for Bolton into Bevan. And he kept on going. He couldn't stop. And it might have been a wise decision. But unfortunately, Paul Bevan might be sent back to defence after that.
Well, he had the momentum up, didn't he? Just an amazing quarter as far as kicks and handballs go. Collingwood having 40 kicks and just 10 handballs, so they're kicking nearly all the time. Sydney having 25 kicks, 25 handballs, so they're going backwards a bit, the Swans.
Medhurst. Gamble didn't come off there. Fosdyke just managed to get it. O'Keefe, or did he? A throw, said the umpire.
No. Shane, just take your kick.
And that's what Collingwood have been exceptional at tonight, is turning over the footy, getting the ball back off the opposition.
What about the tackle count, Vossi? 49 Collingwood, 29 Sydney.
They have been just sensational. And it's a mark of a good side. When you don't have the ball, what are the actions that you do?
Kick out wide to Wakeland, who's up against Jolly. Wakeland keeps on going, but only as far as Crouch. There's only one man inside defensive 50, and it's a Collingwood player, and it's Clement. As O'Keefe just bangs it long into the pocket, running onto it here is Richards.
Pretty good result for them, really.
Just the one goal for the quarter, Sydney. And they got that very early with O'Loughlin. 20 minutes in.
He made it a 4-point ball game with that kick.
Big 5 minutes for both sides here. This is where Collingwood led them in last quarter.
No ruckman for Sydney. Doesn't matter.
Bolton. No, just a point.
Well, no ruckman, because the ruckman interchange while that boundary throw in was taking place. Everett now on for Sydney.
Hold it there.
Goldsack bringing it back in for Heathshaw. Had 13 possessions, make it 14 now after a slow start to the night. This is Marty Clark for Dale Thomas.
She's a good kick, the young Irishman.
Flashing along the wing. Here's Cloak again. They can't deny him the ball at the moment. Ruzzling on another one of those long, sharp leads.
He's quick, isn't he?
Didak's back in the goal square. Fraser pushing forward as well for him.
Collingwood's foot skills are so good. They've got confidence just to wait and then put the pass to a player on the lead, and we just see it time and time again.
Dane Swan's had a bit of an influence in this quarter as well.
Wolsey, the other thing that I've noticed here, Swan plays on.
High one to the top of the square. Everyone waits. Davis down, and Swan's able to get it through. Go,
the other
Boss.
thing I've noticed as defenders, the Swans haven't changed their position at all. The Collingwood forwards are prepared to get up the ground and meet the ball, and the Swans are just trailing, and it's not working for them. So change it. Start in front. Mix it up. They're not kicking it long over their heads, so back themselves in.
Play on, not 15.
Not 15, says the umpire. Crouch to Barry. Things just not working for City at the moment. Matthews. And a mark's taken by Dempster. Goods has got the match high disposals, 19. Pendlebury leads away for Collingwood with 15. Roberts Thompson. To Barlow. Goes out wide to Schneider, and not quite. So Collingwood lead by 27.
Gee.
We saw them slip in red time in the second term. They learnt their lesson. Leon Davis with pace breaks the pack. Here's a big opportunity. Didak gave away a free kick.
Here it is. Play on.
So this time the Swans bring out via Dempster. Goods is trying to push up and be an option on the wing, but he goes wider. Again, just aggression for the footy from Heath Shaw. Got a very old head on the young shoulders. Speaking of old, Nathan Buckley still got all the moves.
How many times do you see this young bloke lead up? As Vossi said, Sydney defenders just continually playing behind.
15th possession, not one of his best. Cloak opens the door for the Swans. Hall, oh, he's just shrugs through a few, and his belligerent pass, but he got a high tackle.
How good's that by Collingwood? Now the free's against them, but by gee, it's a win because they just brought the big man down.
And really,
he's a bit lucky, Big Barry.
And maybe a bit of justice prevails because the Pies able to get it forward. The damaging Didak. Rocker's surging back to the square. Buckley's still there as well. He goes for Rocker, and why wouldn't you?
Another mark inside their forward 50. They have just blitzed Sydney in that area tonight, and their big forwards have just taken so many marks. Good delivery, of course, but they've led well. And there's the marks. There's the marks for the match. And have a look at that. The top three mark takers are Collingwood's three big forwards. And, gee, Barry Hall's only taken about 5. Nick Davis has taken 1. So this area of the game, marks inside 50 by your quality forwards, is an area where Collingwood have excelled.
Big moment this for the Pies. And Anthony Rocker is the man for that moment. He's kicked 4, and it's back beyond 5 goals.
Well, I've been really impressed with the forwards of Collingwood. They've been prepared to present, get up the ground, and really meet the ball.
Collingwood by 33. And there's a couple of Collingwood greats. Len Thompson, David Cloak, Tony Liberatore there too from the Bulldogs.
Collingwood great.
And Burns has got the free kick. And things have unravelled for Sydney in the second half of this third term. Burns bangs it inside 50. Cloak's there, not quite. Ducked the head. Umpire in great position said play on, and they will have a bounce.
Nathan Buckley, there's only one Collingwood player who's had more disposals than Buckley. It's an amazing thing. Pendlebury's had 16. Buckley's had 15.
One more here from the Pies would just about seal the issue. Out the back door, Burns in the direction of Buckley. Pushed out of it by Richards. Bevan.
Geez, that's sloppy.
Dodgy old handball to Fosdyke. He squeezes the left foot kick out, did it quite well. Chesky run down, great tackle, gold sack. And he's been penalised.
Another great tackle. It's hard not to repeat yourself. It's hard not to repeat yourself when you see such outstanding application to the player with the ball.
Gee, they hit the arms, don't they, with the tackles? They wrap the arms up. Once the arms are wrapped up, you can't get a handball, so the umpire's happy to ping you.
And they say it's a strength thing, and it is in part, but it's also more intent. And the Collingwood team has intent.
Tyson Goldsack from a very difficult angle. This would be some icing on the cake. He's made a good fist of it. Touched on the line. Just touched on the line.
Yeah.
Good decision.
So Leo Barry, again, there's a minute to go. Gee, the Swans would dearly love one before the last break. And one more to Collingwood might just about finish them off. Kirk, you know you'll keep coming. Adam Goods hasn't been able to be the telling influence in this quarter. Sharing it with Kirk. It's like the two of them are trying to get them there on their own 2 feet. A long ball from McVeigh, and O'Loughlin arrives just in time.
High tackle and the mark.
And he plays on, opportunity beckoned, and he made the most of it, so they do get one.
That's the hope. That goal's the hope.
So 28 points the difference.
Well, Collingwood have lost their last 4 quarters, but they'd have to do something horrendous here, I would imagine, to surrender this lead.
The last 4 last quarters?
Last four quarters, yes.
Yep.
So they'd have to do something horrendous to...
Well,
You just know Sydney will keep coming, though.
Yeah.
Because that's ingrained into them.
Maggie's by 28. Everett got the clearance. Schneider against Lockyer. Matthews. Still time here for Sydney. Kirk. To O'Keefe. And here's an opportunity. O'Loughlin's there. Clement couldn't take it. Can Davis make him pay? No, he can't.
Riding forward. You're riding forward.
As Collingwood fans all around Australia breathe a huge sigh of relief. And that'll be it at 3/4 time. The Magpies have a 28-point lead. Is it enough? Michael Voss.
Well, Sydney came out early and they kicked the opening goal through O'Loughlin, and then something triggered for Collingwood and they got their mojo back and they started to move the ball quickly. Their forwards got on the move. They looked dangerous again, and all of a sudden they took control of this game once again, and they've just left the Swans in their wake. But just in that last little bit, the Swans kept their hope alive.
So a break at the MCG. Sudden death elimination final at the last change. Collingwood leads Sydney by 28. As I said, Collingwood have lost their last 4 final quarters. So something, I guess, that Sydney can hang their hat on, but they're coming from a long way down. Collingwood start the final term in this elimination final, 28 points in front of Sydney. But we know the Swans will never give in. Pendlebury, the runner-up, the rising star, loses a handle on it. Here's Kirk. Passes deep into the pocket. Davis is there against Clement. Davis somehow won the football. Kept it alive, but it's all Collingwood here. Marty Clark, the young Irishman, been a revelation. And what about the kick to another young gun in Thomas?
Thomas on the wing. Always happy to indulge in 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 bounces. Exhilarating stuff again from Daisy Thomas, the full forward. Just couldn't go all the way, but Rosling trying to finish off his work.
Knock it out.
Just couldn't.
Knock it out. Right footy.
There's a lot to be excited about if you're a Collingwood fan, and I think they've taken him on as the next generation, the face of the next generation at Magpie Land. Everett, oh, he might have given up a goal! Cloak! And that could end a miserable day for Peter Everett. The team he left, Hawthorn, have gone through to the next round of the finals, and the team he's chosen to go to, Sydney, look like they are on their way out.
Gee, it's clever work by Travis Cloak. He's having a ripper of a game. Realises no good putting his hands on it there. Probably can't because he's being tackled. Sockers the ball in mid-air. There's Adam Goods at centre-half forward. Now, I think he needs to be in the thick of the action. He got them going late in that second quarter. Now, the Sydney forward structure is the same as it's been all night. Nick Davis has been down there. I think Paul Roos has got to make quite a few changes to give players an opportunity to get themselves in the game. Davis has been as cold as ice.
Collingwood to seal the issue here. A long way from home, but another one here will make it almost impossible as Medhurst bangs it goal.
And Vossi, I don't know what you can do, because maybe a strength of Sydney's also a weakness in that you really know what you're going to get. They don't pull too many positional moves that surprise you.
Well, at the moment, they need to do it now. They need to roll the dice, as Cord said, at 3/4 time. We've got nothing to lose now. We've got to run and carry the ball, take the game on. It's harder said than done, of course, with the pressure out there, but they're going to now do it.
Well, they can play fast attacking football, but sometimes it's only when they get in this position that we see it.
And they need about 5 Adam Goods at the moment. He's been outstanding again tonight.
Well, he's kicked that ball out wide, and a couple of the Sydney forwards are just hanging their heads saying, what are you doing? Well, what about you blokes make an effort to get up there to him?
Shaw to Buckley. Good tackle by Dempsey, but Buckley's up to the task. Off to Shaw, little soccer off the ground. Cloak against Richards, picked up again by Goods.
And Goods now in the midfield where I think he should be.
To Fosdyke, kicks to O'Loughlin, too much on it. Davis at the back of the pack, gives it back to O'Loughlin. Sold the dummy, can kick it goal here, O'Loughlin. And O'Loughlin has got his third.
And he's clearly their most dangerous forward, isn't he?
Well, he is, and Barry Hall, he struggled. Davis set that up with a good handball, but just like to see them push up and have a bit of space behind them that they can run back into. Collingwood defenders have just come from behind with the easy spoil time and time again.
And Mickey O'Loughlin looking for some support, pumping up the boys. No one gets around him, though. It's a little concern.
Can they give and give again? Fraser for Burns. It's Pendlebury now. And again, this forward line goes into action. The wrestle is on. Cloak! Oh, he didn't quite hang on. But boy, that could have been holding the ball too. Incorrect disposal, and it was.
Another good Collingwood tackle.
Another pin to the arm too.
Yeah, another good Collingwood tackle where the arms are held now almost a mark there. Was he pulled off it? Probably was, but
the umpire, the controlling umpire was blindsided. Didak's kick designed for Buckley. The old champ. $278 games. His 8th final. And the Magpies have got 1 foot in next week. 1 foot already into the semi-finals. This is just about take them all the way. The MCG erupts for the Great Bucks. And on a day when football is celebrating the arrival of a new hero at Hawthorn in Lance Franklin, it's good to know in a year when the old champs are saying goodbye, they've still got a bit to give, Wolsey.
They have, Hutto, they have. And Buckley just using the space. They're patient. They set themselves up in that forward 50. Able to get away from his opponent, Dempster. And the champ's pretty happy with that. And why wouldn't you be? They're good winners, Collingwood, aren't they?
35 points, the biggest in the match. Barry Round not impressed. Swans legend.
You reckon Eddie will be happy, or will he have something to go crook about?
Fraser the tap. Now Buckley again. Surely must play on in season 2008. Never know, he might retire in style in 2007 with a flag. Inside 50 go the Magpies again. Medhurst, some icing on the Collingwood cake. It's pretty sweet.
Well, that's a reward for Medhurst. I reckon he's tried really hard. He's tried really hard today. Just really worked hard off the ball and been rewarded with this goal.
I haven't seen him tackle with the intent that he has in this game, in any game with the Dockers or Collingwood.
What about the get up on Joffa? He'll look forward to a trip back to WA next week. It's all over as far as Joffa's concerned. You like that wig, Wolsey?
I liked it when he got kicked out of the Gabba a couple of years ago.
Richards, you're a nasty man, aren't you? Here's O'Brien. He wants a piece of the action too. O'Brien, no.
I know there's a long way to go in this game, Rob, but and I know Collingwood have got a smattering of old players like Burns and Rocker and Buckley, Wakeland. But have we seen a changing of the guard in football today? with a young Hawthorn defeating Adelaide, albeit by 3 points, and now Sydney being overrun by Collingwood.
Yeah, well, we've seen Sydney in this game. They look just tired, don't they? They haven't been able to hit their targets with their handball. They've hesitated. And they've just got a young, vibrant team who's just been too aggressive for them, winning the contested ball.
Thought you'd bring Hawthorn in sooner or later, Quarters.
Malcheski, you should be very nervous, Hutto. Very, very nervous. Nice linkage here from the Swans. Can Malcheski finish off? Yes, he can. And it's going to be too little too late for Sydney. Well, Malcheski has worked his backside off. Look at Goods.
And so has
brilliant.
he. And so has he.
Just disposal 24 by Adam Goods, the most of any player on the ground. Just great gut running by Malcheski from half back through wing to half forward to finish off.
It's what they've missed in the game, Wolsey. They've missed that run throughout the game. That's why Kennelly is so important to this team. He runs and links and breaks the lines.
Of course, Ablett out of the team as well, and they chose not to play Buchanan, which was a big surprise. Dempster and Adam Goods.
That's Buckley's third effort there with the tackle on Goods.
Marty Clark, part of the young brigade. Pendlebury, what a future he's got. Rocker, free kick. Kick 4. He's going for his 50th for the year here, Anthony Rocker.
Well, a lot of people around town said Anthony Rocker needed to deliver in finals.
Well, you did.
He's done it tonight, Hutto.
This is about where he had that shot for goal in the grand final against Brisbane, wasn't it?
He reckons he got it.
Goal umpire said it was a point. Let's see what sort of contact he's made there. There's no doubt about that one. 5 big ones. Everyone agrees that was a goal.
Was it a goal that day, Vossi? Did Rocker kick that goal?
I'll have to go back in the record books and have a look. No, just had a look. No, he didn't.
And was the ball out of bounds when Wayne Harms knocked it back in? Yes.
Oh, now what's this red flag? Let's get down to Christy Mulhouse. He's got some information. What's this red flag mean, Christy?
Thank you, Stephen. Yes, I just made a trip around to the cheer squad and spoke to Joffa to find out why he doesn't only have the gold jacket on, but why he is waving that red flag. It is a signal to the rest of the cheer squad to sing the long, slow Collingwood chant, which they only sing when they're very happy. Guess what? They're very happy.
Glad we learnt that.
O'Loughlin. Back to Goods. Little sidestep. Oh, Adam Goods. Magnificent. Can he finish it off? No, he can't. But what a night he's had. He's averaged 27 disposals the last 5 games, and now he's up to 26, so he's going to beat that tonight. What a last month and a bit he's had.
Played his heart
Run out of the square, Marty. Mine.
So Clark went over the line. Opportunity here for the Swans. McVeigh, not with a tackle like that. He's not going to get put to ball.
Thanks.
And look, of course, this is not good for the Swans. They're going to finish their year today. But in the long haul, I don't think this is going to be too bad for them because they do look like a sore bunch of boys at the moment.
Bevan, fresh-aired it. Collingwood relentless. Won't give him an easy kick. What's happened here? We'll have a throw in.
Vossi, how have you assessed Barry Hall's game?
Oh, I think he's been very quiet. Very quiet. He's obviously been impaired with some injuries and he needs a rest, the big fella.
Jolly down for McVeigh, just slightly off balance, and Leon Davis was there to pounce. The outlet, Medhurst or Dane Swan, and it just stays in, and Medhurst able to get it away. High contact. Swan wants a bit of a skirmish. Oh, he's called a reverse.
And that's fair enough because Swan wrapped the arm around his neck when there was no need for it.
Teddy's away. Now O'Loughlin. This will take his best and a bit more. And the umpire said he went out of bounds. That's fair to say O'Loughlin doesn't agree.
I wouldn't mind one more goal from Collingwood before you'd get comfortable too.
High ball from Jolie to the square. Hall. Well, you think there's still a chance, do you, Mossy?
I've seen it too many times from this super team. They have a character matched by no one.
All right, well, they're still alive.
A couple of dollars with me, Mossy.
Yeah.
Right?
Got hold of him. Collingwood free kick.
Wonder how you've seen the Peter Everett experiment at Sydney this year, Robert.
I would give it a 5 out of 10. The jury's still, well, say the jury's still out. It sounds silly after a year, but he's played some good games, but they got him because they thought they were a chance to win a premiership this year and next. So he's gone up on a 2-year contract. He really needed to deliver tonight, and he hasn't. And that's what they got him for, to perform well in finals. They got beaten in the ruck in last year's grand final. Jolly's game was disappointing. I think both of ruckmen have been disappointing for Sydney tonight.
And there's Anthony Rocker, who I call as a goner just before half-time. He looked in dire trouble.
64,000 the crowd tonight.
Miraculous recovery from Big Anth, who's kicked 5. And here he is again. To Davis, who threads the kick for just 1 point.
What about the future then for Sydney? Wolsey, are we getting towards the end of a magnificent era or not?
I think we are, and they haven't blooded many young players over the 5 years. And that's because they've had a terrific run with injuries, good management. But in the end, again, they've blooded the least number of players for quite a few years now, and it just means that, you know, with these older players starting to struggle and lose form, there's not much coming through to replace them.
Well, they've been lucky again. They've had 13 of their team play all 22 games again this year.
Yeah,
which is a credit to their system.
Yeah, their system's really good. The way they manage their players, the medical staff, they do it as good as anybody. But, you know, Leo Barry's really struggling now. You know, Brett Kirk's not going to get any better. Barry Hall's had by his standards, an ordinary season.
Yeah, Barry Hall only 43 goals for the year.
Look, they're warriors. You really admire them, but the way they play, it's grinding and it's tough and it's collision type sport. This bloke's been absolutely sensational over the last 5 years.
He surely hasn't got, I mean, he's so durable, really, considering he had some injury problems mid his career, but he looks like he's got at least another year in him, O'Loughlin.
Yeah.
But
in
terms of the long-term future, they need to find some replacements.
Well, I'm still saying if.
They lose.
But I think a pre-season, a full pre-season, will help them no end. To get their bodies right.
Something they haven't had, isn't it? Because they've gone to the end of September for the last couple of years.
That is a good point. O'Loughlin still doing what he does best, kicking goals. He's got 3. 4.
He's been one of the guys that's kept going, O'Loughlin. Body use has been good.
.36 points, 6 straight kicks. Collingwood leads Sydney. That's Guy Richards ready to load up in the ruck against Jolly. Jolly smashes it forward. Now what's happened here? It's a free kick going Sydney's way. It's for a hole on one of the midfielders, and it's Jude Bolton. So halfway mark of the last quarter. Malcheski for disposal number 21. Collingwood have got numbers back inside their defensive 50. Malcheski stabs the pass. One of those numbers in the Collingwood defence picks that off easily, and it's Heath Shaw.
He's had another terrific night, Heath Shaw, despite the disappointment of Wolsey not picking him in the All-Australian squad. We talked to his father at the start of the night, Ray Shaw. He'd be proud as punch.
He's had a very good season, Heath Shaw, Hutto, but not
get sucked in, Wolsey.
But not a season in which Collingwood management recommended him for All-Australian selection, which is quite interesting, isn't it?
So you got influenced by them? You didn't go with your own thoughts?
No, we've got a whole range of things that we look at and we discuss and we debate as we consider this all-important All-Australian team. And it was just interesting that management at Collingwood didn't consider him to be up there for All-Australian selection, Hutto.
It is interesting.
Despite what a few people around town thought.
Thomas got a fist on that one. Kirk. And another stalemate here. Oh! You can't give that a free kick, can you? Well, he has.
I think they just did.
And it's Pendlebury, the runner-up in the NAB Rising Star.
She's played a good game tonight too, hasn't he? 21 possessions.
Kirk missed that one. Buckley fed it out to O'Brien. Swings onto the left. Kicks into the hot spot. Burns is there. Oh, that was desperate stuff from, I think it was Goldsack, who I hope he hasn't hurt himself. In fact, it wasn't Goldsack, it was Heath Shaw.
Heath Shaw, desperate, all right.
Hope he's all right. He was desperate.
Well, the two players have hardly moved. Both have got leg injuries. Geez, he's tough.
He went a bullet a go, didn't he? Just
bent
that left knee, but he's okay.
Got a bad corky midway through the year. He carried a big mattress on his thigh for about 5 or 6 weeks.
Did slow him down a bit, Hutto.
That's a free kick to Schneider for a high tackle.
He fought it off though and had a terrific season, Rob. As he's shown again tonight.
How many cats do you think will be in the All-Australian team? How many would you think, Hutto?
Oh, I'm not sure, Rob. I wouldn't try and influence you. I thought you could have found a place for Ottens though. You only got 9 into the 40.
Guys, do you need me to sit in between you two at the moment? Separate. Go back to your corners.
Dempster to Goods. For disposal 27, which has been his average over the last 5 weeks. To Barlow. Kicks to the 50. Clement backs himself. Wakeland. Yeah, one of the old timers in the Collingwood team, and that's a great kick to Fraser. And the Pies are away again. O'Brien will draw the player and pop it over the top to Lockyer, who can kick a goal from 50. Downfield free kick.
No, the ball landed here.
Anthony's going to run down the table.
Why wouldn't you?
Anthony.
And he'll have his shot, a shot for his 6th.
Lewis, you go back 5 metres. No, I've got to line you up.
Didn't call time on, he's got to come back. So the Sydney Swans can plan their Mad Monday. Collingwood can plan a trip to Western Australia to take on the Eagles on Friday night.
Ask you in a minute, Vossi and Wolsey, who you think will start favourite for that game?
Rocker's got 6. What a night he's had.
Well, it'll be very interesting, this Collingwood side. They play one of the grand finalists from last year and the year before. They'll have to cross the Nullarbor and play another one. And you would think that they will go in as favourites, given the circumstances that West Coast find themselves in, despite that they are a terrific side and in their home environment.
They'll have to leave the MCG, Collingwood, which leave Melbourne, which they haven't had to do for a while.
Different pillow.
They've got a very good record on the road, Collingwood, so shouldn't worry them. They've challenged the Eagles several times in the last few years over in Perth.
Well, if anything, it just says they'll be fresh.
Paul Roos contemplating defeat early in the final series. Hasn't had to worry about that too much in the last 5 years. This is the 5th of the finals campaigns, the 12th match under Paul Roos. They've won 7 now and lost 5. And, of course, produced a premiership and a runners-up.
And with 7 minutes to go, Buckley on the bench. That makes sense. Heath Shaw on the bench. Leon Davis there. And I think Mick Malthouse might start to think, well, who do I need to make sure gets over there to Perth? And the skipper certainly won.
Is the game over now, Vossi?
Yeah, might be now.
They have been very competitive, Collingwood, against the Eagles in Perth. But the last time they've actually beaten the Eagles in Perth, Rob, was 1992.
Long time ago, isn't it?
15 years.
It's a tough task, but look, I think they're a real chance because the Eagles are certainly nowhere near as strong as they used to be.
Barry Hall takes the mark. Would you play Chris Judd?
No, you can't play Chris Judd the way that he is. You can only go at about 50%.
If that.
I think if Wakeland thought there was some hands in the back there.
Barry Hall kicks his first goal for the evening. What about tomorrow, boys? Cats versus the Kangas.
Well, I tipped the Swans tonight, so how am I going? But I think the Cats will win by 40+ points.
Gee.
Robert?
I tipped the Cats by 24 points. Hutter?
Be very close. Good, solid game, Rob.
Keeping a lid on it down there, Wolsey.
Some of those Geelong supporters are pussies, aren't they?
Well, the loser of that game tomorrow will play Hawthorn next Saturday night at the MCG.
How'd your team go this year, Wolsey?
Oh, banter. Sledging
which
in
one?
the commentary box.
Which one? Yeah, you'd jump off quickly.
Marked by Medhurst on defensive 50, a long ball to the wing. And that's a good mark taken by Matthews. Into the middle. No mark to Jude Bolton. All the sting out of this game now. Here's Swan. Wobbles 1.5 foot cloak and load up. He's had a big night. 3 goals, 2 is the haul for Travis Cloak.
Really come of age tonight, Travis Cloak.
Oh, he's been super.
Be able to do what he's done in a final in front of a big crowd, big build-up.
Just 20 years of age.
Yeah, no, he's got a wonderful future.
I guess the thing with the Pies is, I mean, the big build-up, sure, but they're used to playing in front of 65,000 people almost every week. So obviously it's different when it's finals, but when you're actually out there.
It does prepare you. There's no doubt about it. Being able to walk out here every second week and play in front of 60,000 plus creates that finals atmosphere. Days like Anzac Day, just special days on the calendar.
Dale Thomas, quietish night. His 11th possession. Hasn't landed a goal and still hasn't.
Who are the men for Michael Voss? Who are the men for Cloak and Rocker next week over in the West? Who's going to pick them up?
Well, Glass and Hunter, you would say straight up, they would be the first two you'd try. And Hunter does get off his man, and I'd test Cloak the other way that he does with every other opponent he plays on.
Adam Goods, disposal 28 to Barlow. There's a bit of a wrestle off the ball. O'Keefe's being involved. It's Harry O'Brien is the other man.
He's an honest competitor, Harry O'Brien, isn't he? Just like a glove. He just stays with them the whole time.
Young defenders, they've really picked up. I've had a quiet spot there. Harry O'Brien did, but he's picked up. This will be great for his confidence. Goldsack again has been impressive. And he's had a tough job because Michael O'Loughlin is an absolute star of the game.
O'Keefe, push. And Maxwell for Collingwood to Lockyer. That's a free kick. No, umpire said that's okay. Goods 28, Kirk 24, the leading possession getters for Sydney. For Collingwood 22 to Pendlebury.
Anthony
20
Rocker.
to Shaw.
Rocker coming off. You can hear the applause.
Clark over to Burns, to Didak, who helps set things up in the second turn. Taken by Richards. Now Bevan says, I'm going long. Long he does. It's O'Keefe against Maxwell. One-on-one contest here. Slapped forward by Maxwell. Jude Bolton against Pendlebury. Leo Barry just manages to release it to Hall, who fends off about 3 would-be tacklers. Well done by big Barry Hall. Now floats one to the 50. O'Loughlin, who's had a good night with 4. Davis has been very quiet. Kicked a couple. He's only had the 3 kicks. Pendlebury again. To Davis. Got put down. Nothing much in that after the kick. Rusling, who provides a bit of the X factor for Collingwood. To Fraser. To Didak. Rusling has another crack at it. Medhurst been good. Done his job. Back to Didak. Throws it on the boot. Omar Kirk. So playing out time here at the MCG.
It's a good point you made about Rusling, Wolsey. They've got so many different ingredients to their forward line now, haven't they, Collingwood?
Well, it's a nice mixture, and we saw it a couple of weeks ago when Collingwood had the win over Sydney.
Keep your cool, Barry. It's over. It's over, says Shaw. It's over. And let's hope Barry Hall keeps his cool.
I think Mick Malthouse has coached superbly again tonight. He's been able to rotate his midfield. He realised that Sydney were going to go one-on-one. We mentioned it in the first quarter. And what he's been able to do is just freshen them up. He had 65 interchanges to three-quarter time. So he wanted to keep them fresh, wanted their run to the end of the game. I just think he's coached really, really well.
He did it well, Vossi, early, didn't he, by getting the young players in at centre bounces to get a feel for it, to get a touch. Didak was in there, Thomas was in there, Leon Davis, and he also did the same with his 3 marking forwards.
90 interchanges for Collingwood tonight.
That's
so
incredible.
Sydney got a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah, that is incredible.
Well, you think about how Collingwood ended last year. They got thrashed here. They got embarrassed, really, on a fine September Sunday against the young Western Bulldogs. And this season, and no matter what happens from here, has been a triumph for Mick Malthouse and the young Magpies. And they might want one more for the road to cap off the night. Dale Thomas, Heath Shaw just strutting the stuff. Off for Maxwell. High ball. Didak had a tough year. And a free kick going to Sydney.
Sorry, take these out.
50.
I warned you, back 50. I'll take mid-zone. Jared Crouch's kick.
Yeah, that was the call. Good call.
Lay on.
So Crouch in the middle of the MCG. To Goods, just a little bit too much on it for him. Harry O'Brien, good handball. Swan and Shaw, they've both been outstanding tonight. Medhurst. To Didak. And is that on the full? It is. Free kick going to the Sydney Swans.
Out on the full back there now.
So the Pies by 38.
Thanks, Alan.
Leo Barry. To Goods. Barlow, who's shown a bit out wide, very wide, and we'll have a throw in.
And his improvement has been absolutely unbelievable where he's come from. His use of the ball tonight has been quite extraordinary. Can kick the footy.
Totally undaunted too, isn't he, by the stage
poise,
he's playing
yes.
on.
Kirk over to Malcheski on his wrong side. Kicks to the goal square. O'Loughlin said, what about me? While his opponent Goldsack took the easy mark, and there it is. Collingwood through to the semi-final. A showdown with the Eagles in Perth. For Sydney, there'll be no grand final appearance in 2007. It was a lot easier than I thought it would be, boys.
Yes, their tackling was just so good. They pressured the Swans into error. The Sydney backline never got settled.
Dan and Christie with the miracle man for the night.
Thanks, Stephen. Well, Anthony, that was a huge win and a massive team effort.
It was, you know, we match up really well against the Swans, and no one really backed us throughout the week, and you know we've got a bit of self-confidence playing against these guys. So look, we played really well. It was a great team effort, and we're going to be big tasks next week, but it's going to be on.
Your game tonight was magnificent. It must help when the delivery is as accurate as it was tonight.
Oh, it's fantastic. The boys put the ball in the spot where I could lead onto it and take some good marks. And, you know, most of my goals got to come credit to those guys.
All right, well done, Anthony.
Thanks.
To Neil Cordy with Paul Medhurst.
Yes, Paul, second final tonight. You must have loved it.
Oh, it was fantastic. The atmosphere was amazing, and get a chance to go home next week, so I'm wrapped.
Yeah, going to Perth as a former Freo player to play the Eagles. Must be looking forward
Oh,
to
mate, it's going to be a real buzz, and I'm really looking forward to it, and yeah, I can't wait.
Okay, well done.
Thanks.
Back to you, Christy.
Travis, congratulations. You said you were tired over the last couple of weeks. You certainly didn't look tired tonight.
Yeah, I moved pretty well today, and I think just that feeling of the first final really got us up, and that players like Anthony Rock come out in 6 goals, and Sean Rosling, just amazing feeling tonight.
In the rooms before the games, you all looked really fired up. Did you just come out confident?
Yeah, we're all looking forward to this game. We knew we had the history against Sydney this year, but we were switched on and didn't want to do what we did last year and bail out the first week. So we were switched on today and just looking forward to the next week.
How exciting is it to play like that personally and for the team in a final?
Oh, I couldn't really care about myself, but just to get the win on the board was amazing. And I know it's my first final, and it's the greatest feeling ever. And to see the Collingwood cheer squad just yelling and screaming was just an amazing feeling.
And another one next week. Well done tonight.
Thank you very much.
Neil Cordy.
Yes, Scott Pendlebury, what a week for you. Runner-up in the Rising Star. How does this stack up against it?
Oh, mate, this is much better. Team success is always better, and credit to the boys. You know, we got challenged in the second and we stuck at it, which was good.
Tell us about this season for you, and you're finishing on strong.
Yeah, I suppose I just set myself to play every game, and then not only to play, but to contribute, and hopefully I can keep doing that through next week.
You feel like you've got a bit of momentum now?
Yeah, I think going into next week after a performance like this is always helpful.
Well done, Scott. Good luck next week.
Thanks, mate.
Back to you, Cordis.
Thanks, Neil.
There he is. Prez.
They were terrific, Collingwood. Just 3 areas that stood out. Their tackling was absolutely first rate. They beat Sydney with the clearances, which is something that doesn't happen very often in football. And you get 3 big forwards, Rocker, Cloak and Rosling, who took 26 marks between them and kicked 12 goals.
So celebrations for Collingwood through to the semi-final. Sydney are out in 2007. Big win by the Pies. In the end, they did it comfortably by 38 points.